Can you believe it's Monday?
I can't believe it's Monday, Greg.
I bet everybody out there is fed up, moaning, miserable. I bet it's raining. Oh, Mondays.
Off to work.
Off to work.
Hopefully we can spread a little bit of joy before they go to work with today's episode, Greg. And do you know what we're doing in today's episode?
I don't know, we're talking about crisps again, or...?
No, our top 5 game shows. So, Greg, straight in at number 5 is one of my favourites.
This is right up my alley, this is, Jason. Right up my alley, this particular section.
Right, well, number 5 is one of my favourites. Bob's Full House.
Bob's Full House.
Bob Monkhouse.
I still think... Well, he was like Marmite, wasn't he? People didn't like him, or people loved him.
You see, when I was a kid, didn't have a lot of time for Bob's Full House, but now I appreciate his genius.
I think you're right. I mean, he went on to do other things as well, didn't he? Many other ones, like Golden Shot.
His writing ability and all of that stuff was phenomenal. He actually did Golden Shot and all that before.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go on. I mean, he did other ones. I just couldn't get the words out quick enough because you interrupted me, actually. So that's fine. It's fine. We're going really well.
Bob's Full House, Greg, was based on bingo, wasn't it?
Bingo. Bob's Full House. Bob's
Full House and bingo. So the contestants would pick a number and then answer a question. And if they got the question right, they got that number. And then if they got a line, they won. And
if I were to say, I think you should peel me, what game would we be playing? And it's Alan.
Croquet.
We would be playing croquet, that's quite right. Give me a corner.
Number 3.
Number 3, you've got it. Who is the only man to have played the title role in Hello, Dolly? Yvonne.
Danny LaRue.
Danny LaRue, who originated the phrase, there's no flies on me.
Number 4, Greg, is one of yours.
Is it?
Yes.
Is there a list here?
Yeah.
Oh, have I got to read now? Oh, The Price is Right.
Price is Right.
That's definitely one of mine. I mean, I remember Leslie Crowther doing it.
Leslie Crowther was my favourite presenter of Price is Right.
Well, I mean, I'm not a big Bruce Forsyth fan. However, I was... I think I preferred Brucey doing it.
Did you?
Yeah.
And then, of course...
Because the models were a lot more... Because Bruce was a much better presenter... what were you going to say?
Then, of course, in the late 90s, or early noughties, was it? Joe Pasquale did it for a while, didn't he?
Didn't last very long, did it, that one?
No. But when Leslie Crowther and Bruce were doing it, it was top of the notch.
Well, if you
top notch.
Well, if you
Saturday
remember right,
TV.
the prize. Sorry to interrupt you there, Jason. But if you remember rightly, this is my thing, isn't it? The prizes were proper in Price is Right. They weren't like other game shows which will be mentioned, like a Tease Made or something. These were £30,000 worth of prize, weren't they?
Higher or lower than an 8? Oh no, that wasn't it, was it?
No, that's play your cards right.
Yeah, a good impression though, wasn't it?
Well, who was you doing?
Bruce
who? Springsteen.
Springsteen.
No?
So yeah, you're right. And I used to love, my favourite game was the yodeling one.
Oh, yodel, and then it just drop off.
Yeah.
Loved it. See, you said you didn't like that show very much.
I didn't.
You did.
Okay.
£33.
£33. Is he right? He's wrong, but how wrong is he? 3, 4, 5, 5. Oh, well done. Very good indeed.
Next on the list is number 3, which is
Blockbusters.
Blockbusters. Dun 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 dun.
No, it's that. You got it wrong. Do it again.
You got it wrong. I'm not
wrong.
arguing with you about the hand jive, Greg. I'll play the theme tune and see what people do out there when they...
What, are you going to put that in there?
No, I won't, because we'll get a copyright strike. I'll put a clip of Blockbusters in.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
I'll have a pee, please.
Yeah. Can I have a pee, please, Bob? Of course. That was the most famous thing in it, wasn't it? However, I always used to think I'd be really good on Blockbusters.
Blockbusters? I don't think I could have ever got any answer right at the time.
Do you remember the myth that went round that Bob Holness played saxophone on Baker Street? Winding my way down to Baker Street. It was just a myth created by NME. Bob Holness didn't even play a saxophone, I don't think. That's interesting, isn't it?
So let's play Blockbuster. Right, what C is the name of the diminutive brash waitress in the Cheers bar? Yes, Lenora.
Carla.
It's Carla, you're right. Well done. And a bit of incidental information. Did you know that Rhea Perlman, who plays Carla, is married to Danny DeVito?
Number 2 on our list, Greg.
Yes. Oh!
In 1. Or 2, because it's number 2.
Yeah, it's Bullseye.
Bullseye.
I mean, it should be number 1, really.
Super smashing great.
It should be number 1. I disagreed with number 1, but doesn't matter. That's what we do, friends and all that, you know. Bullseye, I mean, it went on for what, 12 years?
You can't beat a bit bully. I always wanted a bendy bully, did you?
No.
Oh.
I always wanted, because usually number 4 and number 5 on the prize board was a kid's prize, like a bike or something.
Yeah.
I always remember, so...
Bully's special prize!
They were horrendous. I mean, I know everyone speaks about Bullseye anyway, but when you genuinely look back at the prizes, they were that bad.
Let's have a look at what you would have won.
Yeah. I watched a documentary once, and they said they get offered... if they win the car, for instance, they get offered the car in 6 or 7 months, or that you can take half the money cash now.
Really?
Yeah, and half the people just took the cash because it was an incentive, wasn't it? So yeah, they didn't actually give the prize away there and then.
Stay out of the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for 2 in a bed.
What was if you got 3 in a bed?
You get
That's
nothing.
this is the wrong channel.
Yeah. So you can't beat a bit bully, Greg?
No, it was great. And as bad as Jim Bowen was, because he wasn't the best host, a great comedian, but it wouldn't have been the same without him.
Do you know what used to make me laugh? When he used to say, you can have your BFH, bus fare home, that didn't make me laugh because it wasn't funny. But they'd have won like 30 quid or something, and then he'd say, so you can have your BFH and this 30 quid you've won, and it'll take me the time of this commercial break to count it out.
What, 30 quid?
Yeah, to count it out in pennies.
Pennies, yeah. I'd say another bit that annoyed me as well. Not annoyed me, I loved it. Clearly they used to film 2 episodes a day. So he'd come down the steps on one of the early episodes and say, oh, they've got a great audience in this week, they're much better than last week's. And they'd all laugh. But no one, us watching it, understood it. Now it's only now I get it.
As if you'd film 2 episodes in a day and try and fool the viewers that you would
Ridiculous.
not recording on the day that you were recording.
I mean, as if we've just filmed Fridays now. Eh?
It would be like us doing that, wouldn't it?
Ridiculous, Jason, and just putting another shirt on top of it and making out that we're doing this live. It's pathetic, Jason.
In 6.
The food will go further
And stay hotter.
in this hostess trolley.
In 7.
It's so versatile, he really smiled at this electric drill and accessories.
In 8.
If you don't believe this,
Then have it in writing.
it's £100 worth of books.
And Bully's special prize.
You'll have no trouble with your P's and Q's with this economical motor scooter.
Now listen very carefully, boys. We haven't said this for a long time. This, of course, is a test of memory as well as skill, because you've got to try and remember the prizes you'd like and put them in priority if you choose to. Keep out of the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for 2 in a bed. You've got 9 darts. You can take them all the way you're going. You could well.
Anyway, Greg, shall we move on?
Yeah, the pub's opening soon.
To number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Greg doesn't agree with this. However, I think you'll find that a lot of people are on my side, Greg.
It's not an argument, Jason. I'm not disagreeing with it. For me, it wouldn't have been number 1.
Number 1 on our list of our top 5 game shows, is The Crystal Maze with Richard O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Ed Tudor-Pole was alright, but he was no Richard O'Brien.
They're on about bringing it back, I'm sure.
Are they?
Yeah.
Would you start the fans, please? Do-do-do-do-do-do. Didn't you always want to go on it?
No?
And they did a junior version, do you remember?
No.
Where have you been, Greg?
No, I just... if I'm honest, it freaked me out a little bit, because I'm obviously a bit younger than you, we've established this, but it freaked me out a little bit.
Why?
I don't know, he's just a bit eerie. I think he was a bit scary.
The Aztec Zone was my favourite.
The jungle one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the future one was quite good, wasn't it?
Future Zone, is that what it's called?
No.
Futuristic Zone?
That's something like that, yeah. Yeah, yeah, don't get me wrong, I watch it, I still watch it now. I mean, there's a channel over here in the UK where it just shows all game shows, doesn't it? And that's on there all the time.
I think I spent my whole time watching it, well, not my whole time, but whenever it was coming down to the last 10 seconds, shouting at the telly going, "Get out! Get out!" Do you remember?
Well, I wasn't there with you, so I won't remember that, will I?
Oh.
Oh, be very gentle with me today, chaps. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, David. I know you've been waiting a long, long time, but I slept in this morning because I had a bit of a do last night for Mumsy. It's her 39th birthday. and we pushed the boat out a bit. And talking of boats, here we are, on the bridge of the SS Atlantis, our first zone, Ocean World, where you'll be going inside and you're going to play a few games in there. And we'll talk all about those games when we get inside, okay? Okay. But first you have to gain entry in here, and you do that as soon as I blow the whistle. All right? Right. On your marks, get set, and...
Jason, it's my my big section.
Your big what?
My section of the show. And as we know now, this is clearly an ongoing thing that you are taking the mickey out of me for the introduction.
I'm not taking the mickey out of you. I have done everything that you have asked me to do.
No, Jason. You've just your graphics like this is phenomenal. The intro is brilliant. The Christmas one you did was fantastic. All the editing you do is brilliant. But when it comes to my joke thing, which you've never approved of, and I always have to push to keep in the show, you just put these pathetic graphics up. When I ask for fireworks, you put a picture just of that. I mean, it's becoming more than the joke.
What do you want now, Greg? What could make it better for you?
Well, for starters, it's just a plain black background, isn't it? That the logo goes on.
So you want a background?
Well, I want it to look better, Jason. This is my big... This is it.
Leave it with me, Greg.
So again, if I do the click now, you'll go to it and the intro...
It'll be brilliant.
You promise?
I promise.
It's getting ridiculous now.
Here it is. You ready?
Go on then.
Right, Greg, there's the intro. Give us your joke.
See, now that worries me, Jason.
Why?
Because your attitude there is there's... I think you've just done something rubbish again.
Well, can I just remind you I haven't actually done it yet?
No, but that's
still
what,
sat here.
But that's what I mean. You're thinking in your head now that you're going to make me look stupid again.
Don't need me for that, Greg. Oh, sorry, it's your joke time, isn't it? Carry on.
I haven't come here to be insulted.
Where do you normally go?
See? Hey, why don't we just start doing double acts instead of my joke?
No, you carry on.
You don't want to get involved in that? Every week I try. Put a bit of brightness.
Oh, just do it.
What's ET short for?
I don't know, Greg. What is ET short for?
Because he's got little legs.
Well, Greg, that's the end of another show. I've got to go. I've got band practice.
You really have?
Yeah.
Band practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you sound really cool by band practice. You mean like a guitar in a big rock band?
No, Greg.
What is it then, Jason?
Cornet. I play cornet in a brass band. Anyway, that's all we've got time for on today's episode, Greg. We'll see them again next time, won't we? Greg.